Today on The Occult Detective, it's time for another book haul. Somebody needs to stop me. Just kidding. I love books. I'm not going to stop buying books. It's what I do. Please excuse the sound of the furnace. It's like 9 degrees outside. At my night job, where I work in a book warehouse with my wife and son, oftentimes we are paid in books. So these are the things I picked up last night, and I thought I'd share them with you now. The first book I have for you is Readings in Indiana History. It's an ex-library. Being Hoosier born and bred, there's all kinds of insights you can pick up in this. And as I thumbed through it, there was a lot of folklore and recounted tales about like Indian affairs and general living life in the state in the early days when it was still a territory and as it evolved into a full-fledged state. So I thought this would be an interesting read and feed into like my paranormal investigations and the like. The more you know, right? Also picked up a couple of Gothic romances. Mary Stuart, Airs Above the Ground. Just love that cover. And Iverstone Manor by Elsie Cromwell. Again, fantastic cover art. It really, that sucks me in with the Gothic romances, and they're just so much fun to read. It's one of my favorite genres. Also picked up Brad Steiger's Totems, the Transformative Power of Your Personal Animal Totem. This really seemed interesting to me. It's in really great shape, like new, and I've read a lot of Steiger's stuff over the years, always delving into, that high strangeness that I'm so drawn to. It says, discover the secrets of animal totems and their sacred transformative powers. Why, yes, I think I will. Now we're going to get into the meat of what we picked up, and I think these items will kind of intrigue many of you. It is Comic Book Wednesday after all, and please, if you have the time, run out and pick up the latest issue of Vampirella Dead Flowers, written by myself with Sarah Frazetta and illustrated by Alberto Locatelli. This is the third issue in a 4-part series titled The Witch, and it's a lot of fun. Speaking of fun, we have Graphic Classics, Edgar Allan Poe. This gives us The Raven, Mask of the Red Death, The Telltale Heart, and more. Odd illustrations throughout, but couldn't pass that up, being a Poe fan. Also, we have Buffy the Vampire Slayer, A Stake to the Heart. I didn't really get into Buffy comics much, but, being free and all, I thought I would give this one a chance. Another interesting book, Billy the Kid's Old-Timey Oddities. Now, this has really terrific artwork. It's from Dark Horse, so they always do great work. Looking forward to diving into this. Also from Dark Horse, Hellboy, Seeds of Destruction. Yes, I own this in several iterations, but I never had this with this cover. So I thought, oh, it's odd. couldn't pass up Hellboy, even if it's something I'd read before. See, what that gives you the opportunity to do is leave this, like say at work. And then when you're at home, well, you have one in your den, and maybe you have another one in the living room. So you got Hellboy everywhere, right? And everybody needs more Hellboy in their life. We also have something totally mathematical. It's Adventure Time. Love Adventure Time. Watched it with my son as he grew up and just adored it. And I thought this would be a fun little jaunt, revisiting Finn and Jake and all the rest. Finally, as far as graphic novels go, we have The Return of the Goddess. It's Joseph Michael Linzer's Dawn. I just love his artwork. He's brilliant. And I couldn't pass this up. I mean, this is Gothic fantasy at its height. Just brilliantly illustrated. And I've never actually read any Dawn. I've seen the illustrations many times, so it'll be interesting to kind of delve into that. So I have one last book to show off, and I saved it for last for a reason. It's in a slipcase, and the spine is not in the best of shapes. You'll see how obviously whoever had this, it's set in direct sunlight, so it is badly faded, but it is Wilkie Collins' The Moonstone. And I don't know if you're familiar with Wilkie Collins, but this book really established what detective novels were like. And it has a supernatural element to it. Now this edition, have a look here, is just lovely. It's from Heritage Press. Has a introduction by Vincent Starrett, and it's illustrated by Dignamont. And when I say illustrated, they are fun little kind of chalk drawings. So the book is in great shape other than the fading of the spine. As I was saying, this is kind of an early occult detective novel in a way. It is definitely a detective novel, and the supernatural element deals with Indian priests and the sacred Moonstone itself, which is a cursed item, and it's like a large diamond that whoever possesses it is cursed. So I have not read this in a very long time. I think I read this in junior high school, maybe. So running across this was a terrific find. It's a lovely book, despite the blemishes. I see the cover there. The light catches it just right. Yeah. So yeah, slipcased, Heritage Press, and yeah, it barks right up my tree, right? So it has patina on it. So that's what I picked up last night at my second job, and yeah, it was a good day to go to work, right? It's Hoosier Books and Media in Swayze, Indiana, and just, you know, the owner, Paige Warren, she's fantastic. My wife, Kim, and son, Connor, and I really enjoy helping out there. It's like every day that we go to work there, it's like Christmas. You're opening up a box and looking to see what's in it, and it's a lot of fun. And it's just as much fun for the customers who come to the store, because you never know what you're going to find on the shelves. It's not like walking into a Books A Million or a Barnes and Noble. All right, that's all I got for you. Been a long day already. I hope you enjoy the rest of yours, and I plan to enjoy the rest of mine.